A waitress who had the pleasure of serving George Bush and his wife Laura is now in a little bit of trouble because she tweeted the tip that the Bushes left on their tab. Now, they were actually extremely generous. According to the woman, he and Laura Bush dined out this weekend and left the waitress a $40 tip on a $21.47 bill. Okay, so that's a huge tip. But to be fair, the Bushes are doing well. Now, she tweeted about it, included a picture, and it said, Bush did 9/11, but he did me a solid and left me a hella tip. Now, people were upset.
Shots fired.
Yeah, they were going after her because they thought that she was being serious in claiming that Bush did 9/11 or that she bought into the conspiracy theories. Now, understand that this woman, her name is Leisa, I think it is. Leisa. Okay. Understand that Leisa is a private citizen, right, who was only followed by her closest friends. And a lot of people go on Twitter and they joke around and they have a good time and they don't take everything seriously. Not everyone is a political commentator. Not everyone is on Twitter because they're trying to make some serious statements and change the world. She's just messing around. Right. And people lost their shit over it, right? I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
She made a really bad joke, and that's just what it is. I mean,
yeah.
I know she said that, but I don't even know. I didn't see the joke in it. By the way, does anyone know what hella means? I do, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, because I'm from NorCal.
Okay,
people, Santa Cruz doesn't say hella, but a lot of people.
So obviously, she was trying to be cool and funny in the same context, but it just, I mean, she completely missed that one.
Look, I don't blame people for raising some red flags once they see it, because obviously you can't really portray sarcasm on social media, especially if you're dealing with someone that you've never met in person and you don't know what their humor's like. I don't think that just the tone of that tweet makes me inclined to believe her that she was joking.
Exactly.
But even if she wasn't joking, right? Even if she is a conspiracy theorist and she thinks that Bush did 9/11, she's a random waitress somewhere in America. Who cares? Is that something worth getting riled up about?
Well, some people were mean. I was reading the comments and I was like, whoa. And I get it. We do have to be aware that, what we put out there can very much go viral and it is public. But I agree with you, Anna, where the vast majority of people, they don't need to worry about that. It's a very slim chance that if you're followed by a few people, that your tweet is going to go viral. But I will say, I love that they gave her a 200%, as a former waitress and a former busser, they gave her like a 200% tip. So
can we also,
I don't like George Bush, but I give him credit for that.
But can we also speak on the fact that, 9/11 was 15 years ago, and I guarantee you she was at least 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Look how old this girl looks in this picture. She wasn't even around to even comprehend what was really going on.
She was trying to be funny.
Yeah, she was trying to be funny and completely missed it, just to her friends,
Look, one of the things that I regret in my job, from years ago, is when someone tweets something and then you get caught up in the outrage machine, right?
It's the same in text messaging too.
Is it?
When people text you different things and you kind of read it out of context. And someone's like, let me call you on the phone real quick.
Totally,
it's it's that same realm of not getting the context of what's going on.
Because someone's tone can really change what was meant by that communication, right? Or what was meant in text. But basically what I was trying to say is, look, when you read something on Twitter that might seem a little outrageous, understand that even if it is outrageous, even if they do mean it, it's not worth ruining their lives over it, right? And I think that right now people get caught up in the outrage machine and people want to be vigilantes and go after private citizens. People say stupid things on social media. It's going to be fine. Let's just move on.